I'm going to show you a pancake recipe that helps build a coffee shop empire here in Hampshire in the UK. Dads, fellas, welcome to the channel. The kids are at school, so I'm going to whip up the pancakes for pancake day now while the house is peaceful and quiet. No one's around, the kitchen's clean and tidy. I'm going to get the pancakes made up in advance, ready for tonight, and it's a great little chef tip. When I helped open Josie's coffee shop here in Hampshire, which has got 5 shops now, I put fluffy American pancakes on the menu from day one, and they took off like a shot. Like a shot or like a shot? They took off like a shot. Now Josie's is famous for their American pancake stack. So if you want the recipe that I used to start Josie's, then this is the recipe we're going to use today. Same recipe, it's a great recipe. Try not to sound like Donald Trump. It's a great recipe. So so today we're going to use that recipe that I used at Josie's, and in Josie's, because pancakes were so popular, we had to make them in advance and then heat them up when they came on order, which kept service nice and fast. But we had a stack of pancakes ready to go for when it got really busy, and we just take those pancakes, brush them in butter, and pop them in a great big panini machine, heats them up, makes them nice and crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, delicious. If you haven't got a panini machine, you can still reheat them in the microwave. They're still good, they're a little bit softer, but I mean, kids love soft pancakes, and once a Nutella's on there, and once you've got the variety of topping on top, doesn't matter too much. Just a nice, delicious, fluffy, vanilla essence flavored pancake. And if you want flat pancakes, you can do the same. You can cook them in advance, get them done now while the kids are at school, and then stack them up on a plate, pop them in the fridge, pop them through the microwave when you need them. That way, when the kids are all sat down after dinner, I think we've all been their dads, haven't we? Flipping pancakes one at a time, kids slamming their fists on the table. Well, not in my house. Kids demanding extra pancakes, and by the time we finish making pancakes, we don't want any because we've had enough. The kitchen's a mess. All the kids have had one pancake at a time. Nightmare. So this way, get all your pancakes done while they're at school. Do it days in advance. You can freeze them if you want to. But today, we're going to make them in advance while the kids are at school. So when they come home from school, they have their dinner, and everyone gets pancakes exactly the same time, and I might even sit down and join them, which is an unusual occurrence. I think you've probably been there. So now we're going to dive into the recipe. Here we go, fluffy American pancakes. Recipe for both pancakes, flat and fluffy, will be in the description in the comments. So look out for that. If you want flat pancakes, go flat. We'll probably have both, to be honest, flat and fluffy. But now I'm going to make some fluffy pancakes, top them with some fresh raspberries and some nice orange sugar. Here we go, American pancakes. Let's dive in. Oh, I forgot to say, Vale Farm Eggs, which is our local egg supplier at Carby Coffee in Winchester. They supply our eggs. They dropped these into me on Saturday because they couldn't use them because they are jumbo eggs. Look at that. They do not even fit in the box. You cannot even close the lid. So when I'm making anything baked, any pancakes, any cakes, I always weigh the eggs out anyway to get a consistent finish. So luckily in this case, they said I should get some double yolkers. So keep watching, see if we get any double yolkers in the eggs. But I'm going to weigh them out. We want 100 grams of eggs, so we're going to weigh it out. That could be close. That chicken must be cross-eyed after laying that. So here we go. Let's dive into the recipe. Okay, so let's grab the scales out. Zero that, so it's a 0. There we go. Next up, we're going to get the self-raising flour. Just pop the self-raising flour in there. Make sure my glass bowl is clean. We want 300 grams of self-raising flour. This is going to obviously help the pancakes fluff up. So 300 grams. And now we're going to melt 50 grams of butter. Alternatively, you can use buttermilk instead of using butter and milk. 50 grams, nearly there. 43, 52, that would do. Nothing wrong with a bit of extra butter. Now it's going to put that on the heat, and then that's going to just melt down gently. Now we're going to weigh out 400 millilitres of milk. 0 that. Get the flour out of the way. 400 millilitres. Same as 400 grams, if you didn't know, same weight. And now to that, we want to add the eggs. Will we get a double yolker? This is the question. Let's go for one of these ginormous bad. Let's go for one of these ginormous bad boys. I've got big hands, so look how big that egg is. Right, 100 grams of eggs. Yes, it was a double yolker. Lucky day. Now, because that is 84 grams and I only want 100 grams, what I'm going to do is break the other egg into a cup like this. Will it be a double yolk as well? Single on that one. Was a bit smaller though. And I'm just going to whisk up the egg so it all gets mixed together. Whisk the egg up so it's all mixed together. And that way, when I pour it in, it won't flop in one go, he says. Now I just want to take that up to 100 grams. Okay, 109, that will do. Okay, the butter is melted, so we're going to take that off. And now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of the nice vanilla paste going in there. That vanilla helps mask the flavour of the eggs a little bit. And we're putting all the wet ingredients into the bowl first and then adding the dry. This stops it getting too lumpy. If there are a few lumps, doesn't matter too much. We're going to give it a good whisk and then we're going to add the flour. Why are whisks always handle heavy? Drives me crazy. If somebody knows of a whisk that's heavier on the top, please drop it in the comments. Right, we're going to add the butter in, and then next we're going to give that a little mix that around, and then in with the flour. We're going to gradually add the flour in bit by bit just to stop any lumps forming. I think I need an extra set of hands, but we're holding the whisk, getting the flour in gradually, bit by bit, just to stop the lumps forming. Now we're adding the flour bit by bit. We're going to get a good mix, but don't mix it too much, otherwise that's going to release the gluten from the flour and going to make your pancakes tough. So get the flour in there, tiny mix just to incorporate it and stop. Now a good tidy up, wipe the surface down to make it nice and tidy, keeping the kitchen clean, ready for when the kids get home. And then we have our fluffy pancake batter ready to go. And now once the batter's made, we're going to use a ladle to ladle the mix into a hot pan. Now turn the gas on, add your pan. Now I've got little portion size pans here, but if you haven't got little portion size pans, get a great big saucepan and then add a ladle to that, and it should keep its own shape. I like to use a ladle. This ensures that every pancake is exactly the same size and gets exactly the same amount of mix into each pancake. Now what we're going to look for now as it cooks is if it's to bubble up on the outside just like this, it firms up on the edges, and that means it's ready to flip over. If you can't flip it, it's not ready. Here we go. I normally use a chef's palette knife to flip the pancakes, but I haven't got one here, so I'm using this thing I found on the cheese board. It's doing a great job. Now, once the pancake's cooked, flipping it onto a plate, and then off we go again. Pancake number 2. When you flip the pancake out, just double check the middle is completely cooked. You can split it open carefully with a knife or just give it a little push with your finger, should be nice and firm. And now let's plate it up. I'm going to use a nice raspberry coulis I found at Waitrose. Get that on a plate, a couple of spoons of that. And then next we're going to add 1, 2, 3 pancakes. Nice big American stack. Go for 5 if you want. And then we're going to top it with fresh raspberries, just like the Great British Bake Off cake. And now that's getting a beautiful coating of my orange icing sugar that I made at Christmas. You can see the video in my Christmas section. Bit more raspberry coulis on top to give it that food porn finish. And look at that, raspberry pancakes ready for pancake day. So there's a quick, nice, simple recipe for pancakes you can get ready in advance. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and enjoy your pancakes.